The following show
Yeesh.
contains a ton of nitpicking. If you are offended by opinions, then get the fuck out of my chat.
Hi everyone! Cheez-Its and Cheesettes,
Yeah.
welcome to That's Debatable. This time, we got a lovely array of contestants here. We got returning contestant and one of our few winners of the show, Kral Damon.
Sup?
Woo! Oh my god!
Another returning guest who has lost every single debate show ever, Matthew Perez!
Yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
And finally, we found someone desperate enough to actually want to be on our show, Mr. Paul, aka the myth, the man, the legend, Merc.
Cue the applause sound effects.
Oh, oh my! I love it.
Yeah.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's nice to have you.
So, yeah. I'm the host. I don't remember like all the rules, so that's great. You know, enjoy not knowing those. But yeah, that's debatable. Basically, what happens here? All three of these fine gentlemen are going to argue pretty much
Yes, we
whose
do.
whose game or whatever it is. Whichever one fits the bill, you know. And yeah, are you gentlemen ready to get down to business?
Ready to
Yes,
rock.
let's.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So our first debate is what game is the best streaming game? And we're gonna say we're gonna put age before beauty and start with Kral. Mr. Kral, you chose Terraria. So tell me
yeah.
what is up with your game.
Well, first of all, fuck you. Yeah,
Noted.
fucking pick on my age. So Terraria, you know, it's a mass multiplayer game where you can, you know, aside from just live streaming the game, you can actually have your fans, your subscribers, your followers, whatever you want to call them, they can join in. And you can build things together, you can fight bosses together. But at the end of the day, once it's all said and done, they leave, you end the live stream, but then you come back. Everything you've built with them, everything you did with them is still there. You know, they get that sense of, you know, I got interact with them, I built something with them, I did something with them, and people can see that, and they can still see that. It's not one of those things that someone has to turn to a highlights reel just to find. It's there in front of them.
Alrighty. Nicely done. Okay. So next up, Matthew. You chose League of Legends.
League of Legends. It is the best live streaming game for sure. It's the most plentiful. Everyone goes on, everyone sees it. There's like 90,000 people viewing. There's almost always people in your chat when you're streaming, so you can talk to people. And whenever you're playing the game, it's got moments where you can just sit back and talk to them while you do something like. It's got moments where like you get excited, they get excited, and everyone's pumped up in the chat, and you're excited. Excitement. And it's super easy to play with your viewers. You can just get in a game, play with them for 40 minutes, and then move on to the next group. And you don't have to like make any big commitments to them. And it's always fun. Yeah.
Alrighty. Excellent. Monsieur Merc. You chose
Merc.
Rocket League. Lay it down for us, brother.
So I think Rocket League is the best game to live stream for a couple of simple reasons, really. First of all, probably the most obvious reason, it's a sport. And who the fuck does not enjoy sports, let alone football? I mean, that reason alone basically just won me the argument. However, I've got more. Second of all, it's not only a football, but you get awesome rocket car derby thrown in there. I mean, blowing shit up, cars flying all over the place, mayhem, chaos, what's not to like? Then, it does not get boring to watch. There's so much happening at every single time. New things come into play, people flying all over the place, new tactics, everything. It's just packed with energy, activeness, and all these things just put together present you a really, really good thing to watch over stream. Also, compared to Terraria, you know, if you play Terraria...
Wait.
Oh, wait, we got.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't explain this before. That's my bad. Let me stop the timer real quick. This part of the debate is just to talk about your game, and then we'll go into counter arguments against each other. That was my bad.
Okay. Because Tom said like how you'll be scored. How good are you at presenting your own thing and like
Yeah.
talking shit about the other things at the same
Yeah,
time?
you'll get
So
it
I
last,
just
don't
assumed.
Talking shit comes later.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me finish then.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, just like real football, you can hook up your flat screen to your PC. I mean, grab a cold one, some snacks, invite a couple of friends over, just sit on the couch and watch some pros playing on the freaking stream. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. So now I will open up the floodgates, and y'all have at each other's throats.
Let them fight.
Righto.
All right. I'm gonna start with Paul here, with Rocket League.
Yep.
All right, you say that like that people treat it like a real sport, and they'll hook it up to a TV and sit around and watch it, but I've never seen that done before. Like, I don't think that actually happens though. I mean, have you done it before?
I have. Like a couple of weeks ago, I went to my friend's place, and he's like, "Hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this
Whoa.
awesome game called
The game's
Rocket
come to
League?"
life.
And I'm like,
I'm sorry, can you?
anyway, he's like, "Have you seen this game?" And I'm like, "No." And he just hooked up some stream on his PS4 live streaming whatever services, and we kind of watched gameplay while having beer and stuff. And I mean, it's they're also planning to make it an esport, same as League of Legends. So it kind of falls on the same terms with League of Legends. So I mean, you couldn't really call League of Legends a sport if you're calling Rocket League not a sport.
Well, I mean, they're different kind of things in the way that they're sports. League of Legends, you got teams and big tournaments.
Same. You can make tournaments on Rocket League, and you also have teams on Rocket League. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room for everyone's preference.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not too familiar with the Rocket League multiplayer. It doesn't seem like it would be as easy to just play with whoever you want and like have an actually good game with them and like experience and talking to them and whatnot.
Game still is in early development, and all kinds of new features are coming in, and so on and so on. Obviously, right now maybe we don't have such a good connection between us. Like if two people want to play together, maybe they are not able to play together. However, I can say the same thing about League of Legends. Even when you can connect easily, I mean, it's not something you pick up as easily. I mean, when I started playing League of Legends, it took me nearly, I don't know, 3-4 days just to figure out what the hell am I doing there. So you can't really just show, hey, this is League of Legends. Do you want to play it with me? The guys that you're showing at the game too, they're gonna be like, what the fuck do I do here? But Rocket League, it's just you give them the controller and be like, yeah, you go here, see the ball, fucking gates, do what you want. And that's where the game shines, I think.
Kral, why don't you jump in and
Well,
give us some counter arguments?
I'm always known for the decent amount of research I do. Kudos to Matt's research on how many people play League of Legends. Anywhere between 350,000 to 500,000 at a time. That's viewing, sorry.
Just so we can get on the same level, I did also some research, and League of Legends is played up to 150,000 players at almost at any given time.
Yeah,
online.
because people love it. People love it. There's a strong community
but now
there.
then you go onto Twitch and it's like, let's see where most of these viewers go. Riot Games, that would be the makers. Riot Games Brazil, that would be the makers, but again in Brazil. ESL Spain, that would be a team. Riot Games Latino, that would be another Riot set up, but in Spain. Oh, Riot Games Turkish, that would be in Turkey. Essentially, it's mainly Riot Games. And then if you scroll down, it's boobs. Oh, the boobs again. Hey, look. In fact, I remember seeing one person actually put as their title for the whole thing, "So many days until my boob job." Also,
Yeah.
also I've been in League of Legends, watching it, and the shit people give. This, I mean, you say it's best streaming. What for? Abuse? These people constantly get slammed with abuse, and don't even get me started on playing. I mean, the fucking community for League of Legends are volatile to themselves. Oh, that level 5 report, you're fucking feeding.
It
It's a
also
bot.
depends.
Calm down, it's unranked. No, you're feeding. I even see it on the stream. Streamers doing it. Oh, you're feeding, get the fuck out of my game. That's the people that they're
Yeah.
playing with that are in their stream.
I mean, I'm not vouching for the streamers themselves. I'm vouching for if someone else wants to stream. Yeah, they're always like gonna be the girls that are like showing off their tits in the camera, and like there's really nothing you can do about that, and people are gonna flock to that and talk about it. And like really though, it depends on who you play with when it comes to having a good time or not. Usually, you get with people like that or the people that are watching the stream, and you play with them, and that's when it's a good time.
But I mean,
When you
there's
play-
only so. I'm sorry.
no,
I mean,
the
there's
other
only
time-
so many people that you can play with at the same time. Like, let's say you're streaming League of Legends, and your viewers want to play with you. You only have like what 9 spots open, but your stream might be watched by, I don't know, 1,000 people. How are you gonna fit all of those people into your interactive thing? I think it's best to just play it by yourself and let them enjoy what you're doing instead of
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
mean,
of course,
also-
it'd be impossible to like everyone in, but you play with the people that like you want to the most, and you select 4 at a time, and then swap them next game,
I would.
and just continue to satisfy everyone in the stream.
I'll tell you what, Matt. I'll tell you what. I will retract my
Did you just
statement.
really
I will
use that
retract
verdict?
my statement. I will retract my statement against you if you can name one person who streams League of Legends who legitimately, and you need to provide proof on it, puts things like fancast or for the subs in their title.
Fancaster for the subs.
Yeah,
I would like.
because I can tell you now,
Can't-
most of them put Plat 1. Oh, going for the grind rank.
Okay.
Oh, that's the rank.
Okay,
Can
so
you define what fancast is?
I need
Is that the-
to interject here.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yep.
I need to hear either Kral needs to say something about Paul's game, or Paul needs to say something about Terraria.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I've got one for Rocket League because it's so new. It's really unbalanced in what it is. Yeah, you can play with people, but like you said, the connection's really unstable, and right now there really isn't much you can do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I accept that fact, but as with any game that's recently come out, there's gonna be some problems, and even some games that take years to develop, they also have problems just as soon as they come out. But the developers have really proved that they can, provide updates and fix their shit. They are doing that actively as we speak. So in the matter of, I don't know, months, there's gonna be I think full multiplayer support and LAN or whatever, and I think that's not a very big problem.
But to be fair, on my last point, it's Rocket League. I mean, how many game types can you make where a car hits a ball?
Well, as I mentioned, there isn't really, since it is football. I mean, there isn't really much that you can add more, but it
And
has.
on that, when you said who doesn't like football, you're talking to one. I'm British. I detest football. I full on detest football.
Well, I mean,
I
there's
have been sorry, say something. Say what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
there's millions and millions of football fans, and I think it's one of the biggest sports and has the biggest base of fans in the world.
I don't
So-
think that using football as an argument for Rocket League is a good idea. So I'm gonna ask you guys, Matt or Paul, whichever one of you, this last few minutes, say something against Kral's game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
that's
a
a-
thing to say about it.
About to. All right.
I'm gonna do it quickly. You
Okay.
said Minecraft, joining in and building up
Terraria.
Terraria, yeah. Building up your with your community and such. How about why can't you can do the same thing on Minecraft? And I mean, there's literally the same thing. You can build with your community. You can even add more people than Terraria. As far as I know, you can add like up to, I don't know, 500 people. And you can literally fit the entire stream into your game and play with them.
Yeah,
But-
I'd also like to say something with
Okay.
Terraria. There's a lot of, I'd say, like, I don't know, dead time when stuff isn't really happening. Like, when you're streaming the thing and people are watching, the only really exciting moments is when, like, say you get like swarmed by enemies or you fight a boss, which really is like 10% of the actual gameplay. Like, most of the time it's just tediously or organizing your chests or building a house, and it's nothing that really would make someone want to like stay, look at that, wow, he's slowly building up blocks. Like, it's not too exciting.
Exactly, and as I mentioned,
kind of like listening to you talk, man, Matt.
Ooh.
I'm gonna counter both before you two continue to slate me. I'm gonna counter both now.
After
Matt,
Kral's counter argument,
Matt, you said
move on to the.
okay.
final
Matt, you said that my game is tedious. There's points in the game where nothing happens. Yeah, we're talking about a game that gets live streamed, which is repetitiveness, constantly battling little minions or go into the jungle, getting a buff, and battling pretty much, just basically the same thing. Because a lot of the players that play League, they stick to their characters, so they won't switch it up. They'll pick like the heavy tank. They'll pick jungler, and I will state the name of the hard-hitting jungler they use, Hecarim or Amumu. Those are the two junglers that I constantly see used on Twitch. And I'm not being funny, Matt. Every game is pretty much the same thing.
It's
Pretty
not
much.
the same thing.
Okay.
You go up against.
You had yours.
Oh.
You had yours.
all right,
Right.
Steven.
I was gonna say Kral.
And now the final one in retaliation to, well, not in retaliation, but to counter the Minecraft. Yeah, true. You can get like 500. Some of the bigger servers got to 1,000. In fact, Mojang actually stress tested their servers, managed to fit 2,300 people on. That's brilliant. Yeah, but how? Okay, you can fit all your stream. All right, now try and interact with all of your stream. With people constantly shouting on the Minecraft thing. How are you going to pick one person out? I want to speak to you. Hey, I'm on the stream, Hey, I'm on the stream. You can't see shit. I've seen people do it, and it is a mess. It's an absolute mess. At least with Terraria, you can be focused. You can really focus on the people. And you can make it like, you can have a group that time, then you can have a group that time. You can separate it and make more of a personal thing out of it, rather than some just big fucking orgy gangbang.
I kind of wanted to say something about the how you're saying that is just the same thing. It's
It is, though,
really
Matt.
not.
It is,
Because-
Matt. It is, Matt. It is.
It's
You've
the
got
same
two games.
base.
You've got
it's the
free.
same
You've got
base.
free. You've got free game modes, and I've sat there and watched more than I can possibly think, more streams than I can possibly
Okay.
imagine. And I tell you now, they were all pretty much the
Okay.
same thing.
So
That's
is it-
because it goes deeper
Da- da-
than
da- da- da-
just
da- da-
the game.
All right,
Let's continue on to
Yeah,
the final overviews. I took a point off of both Matt and Kral's because they said the same thing pretty much against each other. So yeah, everyone, you're gonna give me your one overview, final sentence, and yeah, start with Matt.
So can I just ask what that same thing was?
Same thing. The fact that you both said both your games are repetitive.
I didn't actually state my game was repetitive. I stated
Oh.
that Matt said my game was repetitive.
I know Matt said your game was repetitive. You said his was repetitive. So
Why
You
don't
know.
you point off?
because you both said the same thing.
But it's a fact.
Right.
all right, let's continue.
Okay, so final point then.
Yeah.
Final point. So, League of Legends, it's super fun every time you get to play with new people, new viewers, and entertain them with, like, throwing out new tactics. And every time, even though it's the same game mode, it can go differently all the time. New ways team fights can go through. It's always something new and exciting for everyone.
Okay. Paul, your game?
I mean Rocket League. As I said, I don't accept Kral's opposition that it's not the same thing as football, because I think it is, because it is a football game except
say
with
that.
cars, and you know it's really enjoyable when you see cars flying all over the place, and it's really easy to pick up. You can just watch someone play it and play at the same time by yourself or with your friend sitting next to you on the couch or something. And I think it's really enjoyable, and it really passes just as another any other sport.
Alrighty, Kral.
Terraria, it's fun, it's personal to the subscribers, your viewers, your followers. You can do pretty much whatever you want with them, or you can take their suggestions into account and, you know, go with that. Each time more unique and more personal than the next.
Alright. Let me tally up the points real quick.
I'm just going to say it was Steven that said that about Rocket League, not me.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
that was me.
My bad.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, we got a tie for first place between Kral and Matt.
Oh,
So, I'm gonna give you both like 2 points for first place, and then I'll give.
oh! I thought it was so through like a quick fire, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Like you take a random quick fire and then like that's how you settle the ties.
Nah, just give them both one. That's what I'd say.
Okay, I can get that. All right, cool. Okay, so I would like to point out that I'm kind of disappointed because most of the arguing was about your game and like how fun it was and how I guess unique it was, which is good and all. But the points I wanted you guys to talk about for a good like live streaming experience is one of the main points was how well you can interact with your chat, which both Terraria and League of Legends have multiple times, like whenever you can, you know, you're not doing anything and you can talk to your chat.
I think I mentioned that.
Yeah, you kind of did. You kind of did. Like you kind of mentioned it, and I gave you a point for it, but there wasn't really much talk about why your games are a good live streaming experience.
Yeah, it did kind of deviate a bit, but oh well.
That's fine. Good debate, gentlemen.
Like, no,
I think that
all the arguments were pretty much.
that would be best to be mentioned like before, like when we were giving the questions, like split the question a bit and say what points you wanted us to address a bit more in detail. But yeah.
Well, I explained whenever we chose the questions what I meant by the questions. I don't know if that was forwarded to you, but I explained.
Right, and anyway, like from what I know, the arguments were pretty much spot on. I couldn't really find any loopholes to what anyone said or anything. I thought it was a pretty close argument. The only thing I found out was just like a fact. It was just that Rocket League was turned into an esport like last month, I believe. So it's now officially an esport, and that's it.
Nice.
Instead, it's going
Thanks,
to be
fact checker.
or whatever.
No, but it has actually been done. So GG for Rocket League.
Okay.
GG.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so on to the next one. The next debate. We don't normally debate on negatives. We've stuck to positives. I think it's more of a challenge to debate on the negatives of a game. So we're gonna debate what game is the most overpriced. So I'm gonna start with Matt.
Again? Okay. Oh wait.
Did I start with you last time? I thought I started with.
Never mind.
Yeah, I made a joke about Kral's age because he's old.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Thank you.
Because he's an asshole.
All right. So, most overpriced game for me is the one and only Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty. It's so overpriced for what it's supposed to be. If you really look at it, it's just kind of an update of 2 and 1 Modern Warfares. There's not really any change, and if you think about it, with today's games, what like Modern Warfare 3 is blah. it would be considered like a free update to most games now. But you have to pay $60 and get it from a store, and it's no different than the other ones. Only slight variations.
Awesome.
Before everyone else says it, should we like clarify how much the games are? Like, because we're counting it like release date onward, like their original price. Is that how?
Yeah.
I guess like $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt said $60. Just mention the price of your game in your opening statement.
We said it on the chat. I'll see if we can get it back up.
Yeah. So go ahead, Paul.
All right, so I went with the GTA 5, and here's why. 60 euros. Well, I'm saying euros, but it's around $66. That's how much it'll cost you to get this, loading screen simulator. Also, in the same package, you'll probably get tons of game modes that barely anyone plays. I mean, we have dead matches, we have tennises and arm wrestling, whatever. But really, the main thing everybody plays is either heists or races. It also includes a cheater DLC, not an official DLC, but it's whenever you play on the server, there's bound to be a moment when some hacker will come into the server and just toss around free money or destroy everything. And by tossing around the money, it'll destroy the server's economy and render one of the main features of the game, heists, completely useless, because there will be no point in doing heists and earning money that way. You'll just have free money all over the place. Then, if that's not enough, you will get to experience all the 12-year-olds on the server screaming with their squeaky voices into your headset about how nice is the strip club, or how fucking bullshit it is that they got killed, or all kinds of bullshit. So basically, enjoy your purchase, and fuck you. Sincerely, Rockstar Games. Also, one more thing. I have this sort of an internal thing to decide whether the game is worth its price. It's basically, you pay 10 euros for 10 hours of gameplay. And I personally played GTA 5, and I played roughly around maybe 20 hours. So that converts to, I don't know, $22 maybe. And the game cost $66. And the price since launch hasn't come up down any.
Okay. Kral shows two worlds. Why is it BS?
Boy. Why is it BS? Right, first of all, this game is so fucking obscure and it's shit. We couldn't find the release price. We guesstimate that the release price is around $32, which, to be quite fair, if we go on, for $10, 10 hours, yeah. I bought this game second hand for £2, which should roughly get me 2 hours. It got me a 5-minute loading screen, a bullshit custom creator, which was pretty much, here's like 6 faces, here's 6 hairs now, and then a tutorial which looks like it was hammered together by a dead rat. Yeah, I turned that off after 10 minutes. 4 of those minutes were gameplay. No, actually, no. 3 of those minutes were gameplay. 2 of them was a piece of shite, rusted together, bag of crap tutorial. Seriously, this game looks like Bethesda's Elder Scrolls games had an abortion. This game is that fucking god-awful. The characters, the NPCs in the world are voice-acted and acted piss poorly. In fact, The Room had better acting. Most films with a $3 and a packet of cheese and onion create have better acting. The graphic quality, I normally don't look at a game's graphic quality. I normally don't use games' graphic quality as an excuse for anything. I normally go by gameplay, and this game has shit gameplay. Absolutely god fucking awful. Biggest pile of wank crap shit I've ever festered near. And I thought, fuck it. The game must have good graphics then. No. This game, as one person once said, the cutscenes look like old school World of Warcraft. No, to be more, accurate on that. They look like old school World of Warcraft that was put together on an Acorn computer and then fisted to fuck with a sledgehammer. This game has fucking abysmal battle fucking combat system with broken hitboxes, piss poor magic spells, which will fire straight forward and then for some bizarre reason glitch to the left and miss completely. I don't know if that's supposed to, kind of show accuracy with magic, but to be quite fair, if something's traveling forward, I don't expect it to randomly teleport to the left. It's traveling in a straight line. The laws of physics do not get broke. Well, to be quite fair, this game breaks all laws of physics. In fact, it broke the laws of physics when the person hammered this piece of shit out of the fucking production line.
Okay.
In all fools, I wouldn't even use this game as I wouldn't use it as a dog.
Alright.
Keep going, keep going.
I'm gonna let you guys go on to go at each other.
All right.
Alright. I kind of want to start off with Paul. I'm not sure if I did it last time, but I'm gonna do it again. With GTA 5. Now, I think you're totally wrong on the gameplay and how it's worth. There is so much to do in those worlds, and you actually listed off a bunch of them, and sure, you don't do it too often, but they're there, and they're readily available for you to go to and enjoy. And, like, sure, there are kids who talk on their mic, but can't you just mute them? You shouldn't really let that dictate it. And besides, that's only, like, a half of the actual game. You have the story mode, which everyone loves and goes on about because it's just so fun and it's so beautiful and it's put together really well. It's huge and there's so much, and you really get every like dollar in for it because there's just so much in there to do. And it's lovely. I like it a lot.
All right, so I'm gonna go with your first argument is that there's a lot of stuff available to do. Yes, there's a lot of stuff available to do. However, nobody does it. I've literally tried doing outside tennis. Nobody joined. Doing arm wrestling. I waited for, I don't know, 30 minutes for someone to join arm wrestling, and no one did. On heists, I don't know how many times I had to sit waiting for people to join into heist to do it. I've literally spent hours upon hours just waiting for people to join into the heist, start the heist, and then someone leave in the first 5 minutes, and it's all over again. I think out of the, I don't know, 30 hours of doing heists, I've waited to make a heist group at least 25 hours. Next, yes, of course, there's a mute button, but I mean, the game was delayed twice. And all these problems that I mentioned, they should have been fixed. They should have been somehow, I don't know, somehow compacted into one tight, neat package for everybody to enjoy. However, the game was delayed twice, and everybody was, defending it. Hey, they're polishing, they're making it perfect, they're polishing. And I mean, for $66 to get this kind of piece of crap, well, not really piece of crap. Of course, it's a decent game, but $66, and I've only, I don't know, personally, I didn't really like the multiplayer part. I'm not talking about the single player part. Yes, it was neatly crafted. It was really, really nice. But I'm talking about the multiplayer part, which was the main buzz that everybody was talking about, heists, everybody's gonna just jump in and do whatever the fuck they want. And eventually we got a bunch of servers with a bunch of 12-year-olds hackers and really nothing happening. So I think $66 for that is too much. And as I mentioned, any other game that you guys talking about, the price, usually the release price is, of course, it's bigger, but over time it comes down. GTA 5 has not changed their price ever since the release. As it was $66 in the beginning, it is $66 on Steam right now.
Yeah, thinking about that, don't usually people lower the price when people stop buying the game? I would say that because they haven't lowered the price yet, it's because it's so popular still, and people are willing to fork over the $60 to get all that gameplay and even the multiplayer. So I think the general consensus would be that it's pretty worth it.
Well, of course, we can argue about whether it's because of that people keep on getting interested, or it's because the developers are too greedy or something other than that. But I mean, to me personally, I have played the game. I'm not coming up with these facts just for fun. That's what I experienced. That's what I saw in the game as I played it, and I think a lot of people share the same view. And we can't actually say that, hey, a lot of people still play it, because I don't think there's, at least not any current data known to me of how many players are currently online or how many played in last month or last, I don't know, year or something. So.
Okay. Cool.
All right, Kral.
I'm gonna go after Call of Duty. To be quite fair, I honestly think the Call of Duty games are actually worth the money. I'm not saying that I would play Call of Duty all the time. I'm just saying that they are actually worth the money. I mean, if you think about it, if you do encounter half the problems, of asshole players and whatnot, there is the report button, which does 9 times out of 10 actually get sorted in some format. And then you can also just leave and go somewhere else. Also, you can play with your mates. It has to be quite fair, Modern Warfare 3 for me had a pretty decent zombies mode. Which it was a mod, I believe, but it was good. I mean, that shows the community. It shows the community was thinking enough about the game that they wanted to do that. I mean, there's a ton of game modes in there, especially a lot of the stick. I mean, the sticks and stones, the one in the chamber. I mean, they're fucking brilliant. I love them.
Yeah, but all of those have been done before. You can go to Black Ops, or you can go to Modern Warfare 2 or 1, and you can look through the game modes and play with your friends, and it feels next to the same. I mean, sure, there's a few different guns, but they're it's generally the same kind of gameplay, very little variation. And plus with the modding thing, well, that's not the original game. You can mod any game to be 10 times better than it originally was. I mean, look at Skyrim. I mean, most people only play that modded. And, alright. So, yeah. But I kind of want to talk about your 2 worlds as well. You said you got it from someone for a much cheaper price?
Yeah.
You said? Yeah, like $2?
Yeah. No, £2.
So,
that's about $4. $4 or $5.
Oh, okay. Where did you who is the person who gave it to you? Was it a
no one gave it
guy?
to me. I bought it from a shop.
Oh,
I
okay.
bought it directly from a shop. It was and if you're gonna say it wasn't the original game, it was.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, it was.
All right. Sorry, I don't know this myself. I know Modern Warfare 3 and GTA are very recent games, but when did Two Worlds come out? Because if it was a long time ago, which
It came out in 2009.
2009,
Stole it from me.
Okay.
Stole.
Sorry.
Leave the facts to the fact checker.
Well, actually,
Come on, Steve.
on Wikipedia it says it's different dates. For some people, it came out 2007 at the earliest.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Two Worlds
again,
two?
Yeah, there is, and that is. I'm not even going to go into that one, but anyway.
It's a different debate.
I mean, yeah, I mean the initial release date was 2007. Then it was released in 2009. It had a 2-year difference between its release date and the initial release date. For some people, and you'd think they'd have done something good with it, and they didn't. Two Worlds had so much it could have done. I'm sorry, it could have, because it came out alongside in the same computer as Oblivion.
Yeah.
It was going up against fucking Oblivion. This game was worse than Morrowind. Morrowind was on the Xbox. This game was on the Xbox 360. This game looked like it could have been run on a fucking Super Nintendo.
Yeah, so, but you also played 5 minutes of it. right?
As a lot of people know about me, Matt, I'm a hardcore RPG gamer. Fantasy Star Online, Fantasy Star Online. Fuck me, I got into the patches to play Fantasy Star Online 2, which is a Japanese-only game. Hell,
Yeah.
I have played some of the biggest RPGs, and I've played some of the most obscure RPGs. And to date, I have never found anything that even comes close to Two Worlds.
Yeah, but you said you only played 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because I got into a game where I didn't know there was no direction. I mean, I'm not being funny. Elder Scrolls games, any open world game has some form of direction. There is some format to help you, know where things are, know what to do. My tutorial was literally, you use the left stick to move around, you use the right stick to look around. I fucking know that. You use this.
I mean, that's
button to
kind of
attack.
common in most games. Like,
Exactly,
use
but
WASD to move around or whatnot.
Well, yeah, but this is the thing. Two Worlds tutorial told me everything I already knew.
Okay.
And then when there's the world, peace.
I'm gonna give it to Paul to make a last counter argument to one of your games, and then unless you guys have like something that you like, you have a really good counter argument to his, then we're gonna move on to the final statement.
All right. So I'm gonna attack Matt because he attacked me twice in a row.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You said that Call of Duty is the same thing over and over again. To some point, essentially, yeah. To some point, I agree. However, as you said the same thing about GTA 5, if it was actually the same thing over and over again, and people did not enjoy that, nobody would play it. And I mean, it is the biggest.
The hell is that noise?
Fuck?
What was that?
Is that a fucking goldfish? What the fuck was that?
Continue, Paul.
And I mean, it is a current, I would think anyway, a current opponent to Battlefield 4, which is probably top 3 FPSs out there currently. And wait, what was I gonna say? Well, never mind. Battlefield 4. I mean, Call of Duty, Battlefield 4. They've been conquering opponents for a very, very long time, and I mean, Battlefield 4 is great. So for Call of Duty to be able to keep up to Battlefield 4, and to keep inviting people over and keep people entertained, I mean, I think that's kind of worth its price,
I mean,
Also, can I just throw in the last little point on that one? This was already stated in the previous argument. Isn't the Call of Duty franchise like an esport? So that pretty much, people want to play with their favorite players or want to be like their favorite players.
Okay, so we're gonna go into the final statement now. All right, so I'm gonna give it to Kral.
Two Worlds, the biggest pile of dog shit, crap, festering bollocks I've ever graced, unfortunately, my Xbox 360, which subsequently made me want to throw the Xbox 360 out my fucking window. Two Worlds, never touch it, never buy it. Do not think about it. In fact, go to a hypnotist after the session and erase everything about this game from your fucking memory.
I will do that. Now, Paul, final statement.
All right. So GTA 5. I mean, of course, single player, it's great. You want to play it, you fuck that shit. Multiplayer, don't even fucking touch it. It's ridden with children, hackers, or a bunch of fucking idiots who don't know what they're doing. And the game itself costs $66, which you could spend any better way. Go buy a Twinkie ice cream or whatever the fuck you want.
It's a big ass Twinkie.
You'll be happy for the rest of the day.
You heard it here first. Buy a Twinkie instead of buying GTA 5.
$66 worth of Twinkies. Fuck yeah.
All right, Matthew. Last statement.
Modern Warfare 3 is essentially a $60 update to the games, and people just buy it because they think, oh, new one's coming out. Oh, I gotta get it. But it's the same thing. And the only reason it's still alive today is because it's got good PR and great advertisement.
Okay, so let me tally up my score sheet, but I think I have a clear winner on here. 8, 11. Okay, so Matthew.
Yeah.
You win. You got first place.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna give. So Matt gets 2 points, is I think how it works, and then
Yes.
second place gets 1 point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
So I'd like to point out something that I don't know if I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Tom made clear when he was describing the rules before the recording. Is that this is not about like which game is legitimately like fits the bill. Like it's not about which game is legitimately overpriced. It is about who debates it best. And I want to say a lot of the points made for GTA 5 being overpriced, I felt like were kind of invalid because I don't think you can discount the single player experience and just focus on the multiplayer experience when you're talking about the overall value of a game. You know? Also,
But I mean, I'm
go ahead.
sorry. I mean, I mentioned that I was multiplayer because it was the main point that everybody was talking about. You know, multiplayer. GTA 5's coming out, multiplayer, and we'll get to do stuff together and such and such. So I thought, you know, I had to speak more about multiplayer than single player, which is, of course, every single player of GTA 5 that came out, it was great.
Okay.
I mean, great. GTA 4 was great. GTA 5, the San Andreas was awesome. You know, every single one of single players was great. And now they decided to do, hey, let's do multiplayer. So that was the main interest of everybody buying GTA 5.
Then for Kral, there was like a point where I don't know. It felt more like I've never played the game, so I can't tell. And I can't say. I've only watched like videos of it and the trailer, and but like a lot of the debate that you made felt more like opinion than it was like, I don't know, sounding like facts about the game. Like there was a lot of it's so shit that you'd rather do this than this.
Yeah. Well, they're crazy in that.
I mean,
I touched on the NPCs builds. I touched on the gameplay, the graphics, the controls, the tutorial.
But you only played like you said you only played 5 minutes of it, and since we're talking about the whole value of the game, I think that at least
To be fair, if I've turned it off after 5 minutes, that just shows the whole value of the game.
I don't know. I don't think it does. I think that only shows the value of like 5 minutes into the game, instead of the whole experience. But yeah, I think Matt won because he defended pretty well and also made a lot of good counter arguments. Especially like he hit pretty much every single note I wrote down like about Call of Duty and why it's overpriced. So,
Yeah.
you know.
By the way, I love Call of Duty.
That's a weird thing whenever you have to debate against games you actually like.
So,
yeah.
wait, who gets second place? Because it needs to be a second place. I need to give no point.
Oh, Kral.
Alright.
Second place.
I found out like some interesting things. Like nothing that would like take away points from anyone, but I found some interesting things. Two Worlds, oddly enough, got alright reviews. Like it got a 3 out of 5 for Metacritic, which is average. It got a 6.8 out of IGN, which is better than normal, and it got a 6 out of 10 for Steam. So I don't understand, because I already knew about this game before it was introduced into the argument. I saw like some videos on it. It looked like the worst like Palestinian shit ever. Maybe it was because like the open world RPG was trending at that time, so everyone.
I didn't want to. But I did give the game a second chance. I went on and got the Epic edition of the game. I thought, fuck it, why not? This is why I didn't mention anything, because Epic edition kind of adds shit, and that could be seen as DLC.
Right.
Yeah.
And I did play longer. I did play a lot longer, and honestly, I couldn't do it. After so long, I just couldn't do it. That's how I knew how bad the NPCs were and whatnot, because you just got to a point where, that moment where when you're watching like comedians and they get heckled, and then you get that one bloke doesn't even heckle, he just stands up and goes, "Well, enough's enough," and just walks out.
Yeah.
That's what I did, because I couldn't take it.
Yeah. So I thought that was.
Okay.
But I didn't want to say anything because it was on the Epic edition. Like I said, it added stuff.
Yeah, I thought.
which could be seen.
I
as
thought
DLC,
that was
so I
pretty.
didn't want
I thought that was pretty strange. And one last thing about GTA 5. It actually technically was it was delayed 3 times because it was originally at the PC edition at least. It was meant to be out in fall 2014. Then it got delayed to January. Then it got delayed to March, and finally it got delayed to April. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. So do we want to take a break now or after the next one?
I would say after the next one, so we can.
Yeah, let's
we
go.
do these 3 and then those 2 and then the quick fire.
Right.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Feeling good today.
So, moving on to the third debate: most seamless crossover in video games. We're gonna start with Paul. You got Street Fighter X Tekken. Lay it on us.
All right, Street Fighter X Tekken. I mean, those 2 games were always quite separately going their own paths, and then one day they collided, and I played that game. I thought it was fucking amazing. All the characters, they feel really fluid. They feel the characters themselves from different camps, they go and fight, and they seem like they had some previous beef from years ago. I mean, the storytelling, even there is no real like storytelling, but you fight a character from opposing camp, and man, that fucker did something to me back in the day. So now I gotta fucking beat his ass. And the characters go along really well, and the fighting is really nice, and it's really a dream come true to see Tekken and Street Fighter once like finally come together and make this amazing crossover. Yeah.
All right. Matthew has brought Smash Brothers to the table.
Alright, Smash Brothers. Now, it has managed to mesh together different series into one game. Even the Miis are in the game now, and no one questions it at all because it all seems to make sense. Because even if you look at the backstory, that just provides even more light because they're all just a kid's toys, and they're playing together, allowing them to be like, oh yeah, anyone can join, anyone can be this kid's toy and smoothly enter their way onto the battlefield, and people won't be like, but that's not even possible. He wouldn't even be fighting him. There's no reason for that. There is, because this kid's imagination allows for anyone, anywhere, to be in the fight and it just be accepted.
Fantastic. Kral Demon, you have brought Kingdom Hearts to supper.
I have. And to be quite fair, like I said, I've played a lot of role-play games, and Kingdom Hearts is a really good one. It was done by Square Enix and Disney, but it's like the 2 heads came together and was like, yo, well, you know what we should do? You know what we really need to do? Because Final Fantasy is already a massive RPG. We need to add Disney to that. We need to get some of the most memorable characters involved. And they turned around and was like, that's a great idea. And I love the fact that regardless, it's like the way they blended the 2 sets together, it is almost no way to like see the problem between them being there. It's almost like Disney characters and the Final Fantasy characters have known each other for quite a while back, and they've stuck true to their characteristics, to their mannerisms, and it's just a really fun game. And you get to play with some of your favorite Disney characters, and of course some of your favorite kick-ass characters from the Square Enix range.
Lovely. So now, once again, I'm going to drop any work that I need to do and leave it all up to you guys. So, fight.
Who's who?
I'm Smash Brothers. You're Tekken and Street Fighter. He's Kingdom Hearts. So
No, I mean, who's attacking who?
That's up to you
anyone
guys.
could just attack.
Yeah, it's
All
up
right,
to you
well,
guys.
fuck it. I'm going against both of you at the
Oh.
same time.
Oh my god.
First of all,
Taking
Matt.
2 on at once.
you said it's anybody kids seeing their favorite characters fighting each other. It's a really good thing. I don't really fucking think so because, you know, me as a kid, I'm playing with this figurine, and you know, then I see it on fucking TV and seeing them fighting. I mean, kids really shouldn't be encouraged to fight. First of all, second of all, the characters themselves that were picked for this game very weird. To meaning that the matchups that could possibly occur are very unrealistic, and I wouldn't see them happening in an actual fight. So, for example, like VI Fit Trainer versus Bowser. This fucking skinny woman who teaches you yoga fighting against a armored Dragozoid thingamajig with spikes. You know, who's gonna win? Oh, let's try to guess. Also, Kirby versus Charizard. Again, a dragon versus a pink puffball. I do wonder who's gonna win. Pac-Man versus Ganondorf. That's really. And to me, the game kind of felt like the developers were playing the game of their own. Like, how many different characters can we put into one game without it making absolutely ridiculous? Which they actually did make it look absolutely ridiculous. Second game, which was Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Disney characters and anime, I mean, that seems really, really weird to me. And like you mentioned, the game has really good blending. Now, the game itself says that, hey, these characters are coming because we are taking the story to another worlds. That's why there's like Disney characters happening. However, how do you explain the main character, which is the anime character? I don't really know too much of Kingdom. Yeah, like, how do you explain the main character transforming into a Disney character? I think it was the lion from Lion King or something.
Yeah.
While fighting, I watched an actual gameplay of the game, and the main character, which is an anime character, transformed into a Disney character. And there's absolutely no explanation for that. So
I think this will be the first time that Kral and Matt will be on the same side.
Oh, wow. All right. First one.
there you go.
I want to kind of defend myself here. Your first point against mine. It's weird to see these lovable characters fighting each other. They're always fighting. Every single one of their games, excluding Wii Fit Trainer, who's working out, like, they all have some kind of thing to do with violence. Like Mega Man, he goes around shooting robots and whatnot. Kirby, he eats people. Like, everyone's kind of violent there. And you're saying that also...
You do have the villager from fucking Animal Crossing, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Animal Crossing is a fucked up place. Don't even start.
Yeah,
that's a different kind of like violence. That's emotional violence.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have like Jigglypuff. He's not.
Well, he's a
fighting.
Pokemon, so she naturally fights. Like, that's what she's bred to do. But also,
okay,
you're talking about how it's so weird because like they just mash whatever they can in there. So many people wish for so much more people to be mashed in. People put up like fan art and like all their personal rosters of what they want to see in the next one, and they're huge, and they go from like spanning across like old-fashioned like NES games that no one's even heard about, and like no one even judges it. They're like, oh wow, who's that character? I can't wait to see what their abilities are. Everyone is accepting of every character that comes in there. And the only time anyone is really angry with the roster of Super Smash Brothers is when someone gets taken out.
okay. So let's if we're adding everything, then why not add someone like Josh from the development team, or like a Jeff, the sound guy? And
Well, it has to be a normal character, of course. And besides, it's chosen by like which people want to see the most. And he can just make a me, because that's also a thing. He can make a me of Josh and have him fight the other people.
But that's where my argument said like they were just like cramming things without actual purpose or like actual connection or something like that. But if the game itself is about that, I mean, that's fine. My argument falls flat. But you know, to me, like a fighting game, hey, there should be some kind of connection between characters, maybe a reason why they're fighting each other, how they came into like the same universe and such and such. But you know, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Hey, Kral, did you want to defend yours?
I'd like to, yeah.
All right, go ahead. Then.
I mean, the first thing you said is that they're anime characters. Correction, anime. No. In a game, it's a completely separate concept. Anime is like animated, like let's think of a few animes. To Love Ru, High School DxD. I'm just gonna pull out the really perverse ones. Feck it. To Love, Oh My Goddess. That's anime. That's anime. Let's not get them confused.
No, before you roll in your carpet, I didn't mean like actual anime. I meant like anime-like.
He does kind of look like an anime.
From an anime, yeah.
He's got the spiky hair and big eyes.
I'm sorry, I should have worded.
Matt, don't even get me started on you, Mr. Jigglypuffs are bred for that. No, they're not. They're captured into fucking slavery and made to fucking fight by their respective Pokemon trainers. Yeah, so hang on. So hang on, wait a second. So now you're countering me by actually admitting that you lied about what you said about Jigglypuff.
Lied?
Yeah, you turn around and says Jigglypuffs were bred for it. No, they weren't. They were captured into slavery and made to fight. And if they don't do it, they get stuck in a PC and left there.
Pokemon to fight. It's a thing.
Okay.
That's not
Kral.
That's what you
Kral.
So
you were supposed to defend against Paul.
And also, like, when it comes to the seamlessness, I mean, they took one of the best things from Square Enix when it comes to an RPG game. What's the point of explaining everything at the start? Then basically you might as well just have Kingdom Hearts, a 10-minute tale about this. An RPG game like these, you can't just explain everything off the bat. There's got to be cliffhangers. There's got to be something that makes you want to continue going. Because if you're not, then you're just going to be left with something that just kind of is okay. Now, I want a game that makes me think, oh my God, what's going to happen next? I want to keep going. I want to continue. And the way they did it was beautiful. And when it comes to like all the characters that they put in, I mean, hell, they even added some of the more minor things. They added the Moogles from the Final Fantasy series. I believe Jack Skellington makes an appearance for Disney.
Yep.
There's the whole thing from him. It's Jack Skellington, man. Who doesn't love Jack Skellington? As for Sora changing into, for that battle, Sora, doesn't actually come from either the Square Enix or the Disney line up. So who knows what Sora's skills are? I mean, yeah, they do it. Obviously, you can look at them and look at their skills, but what other skills is Sora hiding? Maybe we'll find that in the next episode. Maybe we'll find out in the next game. Maybe there'll be an explanation in the next game because the games end in a way that they can continue and they can explain more in the next one. So maybe, who knows? Kingdom Hearts 3, we might find out why he was able to do that.
I mean, you're saying...
But you know what? I'll tell you now. Yeah. I'm interested to find that. And I want to play it. Isn't that a beautiful part?
Next series explains more and more. However, I've dug up this interesting fact, or rather an opinion of someone who actually played the game, because I personally haven't played the game. But they mentioned that Kingdom Hearts 2, when it came out, it not only did not answer any points of any gaps or whatever, or it even gave up more questions
Hold on a sec.
about characters and everything.
We're only talking about the first Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, all right, sorry.
But
I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2, otherwise I'll cry.
The main character who is anime-like, transforming into a Disney character, a freaking lion. I don't think that's a very convincible or actually any kind of skill that it would possibly possess in any kind of universe.
Yeah, that's kind of just a way to like kind of shoehorn in the other Disney characters. Like, guess what? Also, Lion King.
Yeah.
Like,
really?
I mean, because I guess they could be like.
Hang on, to shoehorn it in. I think it was mentioned this was done in a battle, which means that there was some kind of lead up to this battle. How was that shoehorning it in, Matt?
Oh, well, I thought he just transformed into it.
Let's just shoehorn this shit in there.
I mean, maybe he gets like an ability at one point. It's like, hey, guess what? Now you can transform into this dude. Yeah.
But that's not exactly my point. I mean, the weirdness of an anime-like character transforming into a lion Disney character. Like up to that point, the Disney characters are introduced separately, and then the anime-like characters are introduced separately, and then they talk and such and fight together and such. But then one of the main characters who is anime-like transforms into the Disney character, which makes absolutely no sense.
But then one could also argue, in the Final Fantasy series, when someone's attacked with the magic frog, they turn from an anime-like character into a morphically correct frog.
That's true.
But the games, that's not a crossover between Animal Kingdom and Final Fantasy. No, not the actual game Animal Kingdom, but the actual Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, but to be fair, in pretty much most games, things like that happen where someone, and I've seen it in a few games where it's happened in the storyline. I can't think of these games off the top of my head, but I do know that there's games out there where main characters have done something and changed completely.
Gentlemen, we are going to move on to our final statements.
Wait, can I say something about Tekken vs Street Fighter, because we didn't get to say anything about that?
Oh yeah.
That's true. I will make it short. Make it short, both of you.
Merc, before we got away with this.
Okay, so Street Fighter and Tekken, they each have their really they have their past stories, and they all have their adventures, and when you go through, each one affects the world drastically in some way. But when you go to Street Fighter versus Tekken, it's like all that was a race just so these people can fight. So, why wouldn't these people have heard of each other before, or why wouldn't they have met up before?
Yeah, I mean, to be quite
there
fair,
would be no reason.
If you go down the Tekken line, because they do give the backstories as to why this character, wouldn't there be some kind of inkling, some kind of indication that, I don't know, just for shits and let's just for argument's sake say that King at some point, I don't know, not Dalsim, what's his name? Big Russian dude. Matt, you want to help me out on this one? I can't remember his name. Zangief, yeah. Wrestlers. I mean, surely there'd be some inkling, maybe, at some point, King, it would be in his description for his biography that King at one point, mighty wrestler that he is, actually got defeated by an unknown Russian wrestler. Maybe they could have snuck that in. A lot of games do that to other games. Look at Street Fighter is a classic example when they introduced Dan, taking the piss out of a game called Final Fight, if I remember correctly, because their main character was a mesh of Ryu and Ken. So they actually fought back and made Dan. Even Dan, when he wins, actually takes the piss out of them. So they do things like that, but there is nothing in either one's biographies down the lines wherever that they met. All of a sudden, they met.
Okay.
Really?
I'm gonna give Paul the last chance to defend himself, and then we'll go on to the final statements.
All right. So no reason to fight, really, but the story itself, it says, hey, there's a Pandora meteorite coming to Earth, and the game itself, of course, we can talk about what it could have done or what it could have not done, because whatever, but they did it that way. So the reason to fight, for everybody to fight, is, hey, there's a Pandora thingy coming to Earth and everybody wants its power, and there's a massive race of both Tekken and the Street Fighter's characters rushing towards that Pandora box to take its power and potentially destroy the world, depending on whether the character is good or bad. And the game, actually, you said there's no backstory from other games. Actually, in the team mode, or rather, whatever, if you pick certain characters that actually had some backstory, the game provides you with their backstory, the dialogue between them, saying hey, we met there, it was nice fighting you back then, so let's do the same thing here. So there is something happening, some kind of story from back in the day.
Are those, is that
that's
Street Fighter?
That's inside that game. I mean,
guys. Okay.
Okay.
Final statement. Kral, lay it out.
Kingdom Hearts, it's a perfectly seamless game where Disney meets Square Enix. You get to see some of your favorite Disney characters, and they don't divert from their characteristics, their mannerisms. So it's the Disney characters you love, and the Final Fantasy or the Square Enix characters that you've come to enjoy.
All right, Matthew.
Smash Bros is a constantly increasing crossover between over 20 different series, and people don't question it one bit, and they just want more and more characters, and everyone thinks it just makes sense.
Alrighty, Paul.
Well, as I said, Street Fighter and Tekken back in the past, they always went their own separate ways, and everybody was like, hey, I wish these two series would someday, join, and we would get to fight against characters from the other team. And now it did, and it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
I
gotta count.
Can I say some stuff first?
Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
gotta count stuff.
Because, oh god, this is gonna be a hard one. This is a really good argument, but there were some, I don't know. The question, you're asking for a second opinion on this one, aren't you, Stephen?
Yeah.
So what I would say is, obviously the question is, it isn't best game with a crossover in it. It's more seamless crossover.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that works well in Merc's favor, because each game, it's the only game where each game is of the same genre, in that obviously complements the outcome of the product. However, what the main point you were drilling into, Kral, was that the whole Lion King thing where Sora turns into a like fucking lion. But however, Kral's arguing for Kingdom Hearts, not Kingdom Hearts 2, and Lion King was only featured in Kingdom Hearts 2, so that can't be a point.
Oh.
I think I have a winner in mind, but I can't call it for second place. It's a bit too close. I think.
You message me who you think won.
All right, I'll do it.
Because
Attention.
the thing you said
I know this is so
about
tense.
Tekken and Street Fighter is a good point. However, I don't think it was really said in the debate.
He
though.
briefly
So I don't know if I-
touched in the opening statement, I believe, but
Okay.
no.
Okay then, I will. I'll take that in consideration. Oh boy. Okay. I really don't want it to be another tie, but I think it is. In all honesty,
Oh god.
I think that. Oh god, I don't know. Actually, this is a really difficult one for me.
Yeah,
'Cause
it is a hard.
I feel biased because there's only one of these games that I've played extensively, for like 100+ hours.
Let me guess.
Yeah, and I honestly, I want to point out, I didn't choose my game based on what I thought. I
Okay.
chose it based on what it is.
I'm gonna give this game. I'm gonna give this person one more point because of the fact that Tom thinks that they should win, and then I'm gonna give first place to Matt.
Oh, what?
Because Tom thought that he won, and I thought the same. Because
Can I say the reason? Can I say the reason?
go ahead.
I think
It's hard.
I think the one point that really won it for you, Matt, is that, like, obviously it's that the fans are only angry about the characters when they take them out. I thought that was a really, like, powerful hitter you've got there. The popular demand for Smash Bros.
Yes.
It's off the scale. Like, it is an odd combination on paper with all these characters. However,
But it doesn't feel like it when you're playing.
However, it does. You did say it works so well, and like no one really calls it out or anything, and that's what makes it more seamless, because people don't they don't pick apart the game for having like characters from such different genres of games in the roster, and yeah, that's why I think you should win.
Yeah.
Yay!
What is this?
I'm guessing Merc took second.
Yeah. So Merc took second. because I felt like the main winning point was whenever he countered with like the whole dialogue thing. I really like little dialogue like that between characters and fighting.
I just want to point out you blocked me from making a final point. You blocked me from making a counterpoint that actually I was going to mention something from my original point. And you blocked me, Steven, you dick.
Yep, I had already said that one more thing, and then it's on to the final thing, so can't go back on it. But it was a good debate. I think we're going to go to a break now, like a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with our next one being best or... Wait, okay,
leave it on a cliffhanger. Leave it on a cliffhanger.
Oh,
yeah, leave it on a cliffhanger.
We already know the questions.
Keep it on the vibe. Keep it on the vibe.
Welcome back, Cheez-Its and Cheezettes, to That's Debatable. I'm not gonna tell you what all the points are, but Matt is already guaranteed to go into the quick fire round with 5 points, and it's up to Kral and Paul. And I like how I asked him before what he wanted me to call him, and he said Merc, and I'm just like, Paul.
Well, to be honest, I did say Paul, aka Merc, so you're free to choose.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, to be fair, Stephen has said Paul, but we have constantly called you Merc as well. Yeah. I bet the people at home are like,
who is this Paul Merc?
Well, yeah, so it's gonna be Kral versus Merc Paul, and basically how Matt is gonna like fit into this. Tom can say
out of this one. Oh, that's
Tom can say yay or nay on this, but I think it would be interesting dynamic to add in with Matt being out of this. I think Matt should like be the kind of person that throws in curveballs, like things objecting against everyone's choices every now and again, in order to like throw them off their game, and then we can see how Kral and
that's kind of giving him from actually like losing points and just giving him the ability to make everybody else lose points.
Well, no one loses points really.
Yeah, like it's pretty much, it's like whoever wins the game gains points. Like once you won it and you get the point from the win, you can't lose those points.
All right, that's fine. All right, let's go.
Okay. So he's guaranteed those points when he won them. Same as you were guaranteed yours, and I was guaranteed mine.
Right. So everyone knows that gameplay and graphics have been mentioned.
Wait! You didn't mention we're not since it's just 2 people. It's just 1 point per win, by the way. So if someone doesn't get like too much of an advantage over Matt.
Excuse me, I apologize.
Something.
So it's 1 point for a win, and then
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that gameplay and graphics and all that shit is very important into game design. We've talked about it a bunch on this show, like this episode, like just alone. But I feel like what really draws me into a game is the OST. I'm not even gonna try to say the acronym because I'm pretty sure I got it wrong whenever I said it before. So yeah, which game has the best OST? Kral, you have chosen Phoenix Star Online 1 and 2.
Can I actually just let Merc go first? My fact sheet just fucking crashed on me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to go first.
Paul Merc
minus some points for that.
Beat Hazard.
Fuck you.
Lay down that funky fresh beat.
Yep. So, Beat Hazard. For people who actually play the game, they know the main strong point of the game when talking about the OST. However, I kind of took a more different approach, and the game itself allows you to play your own songs, literally incorporate your own songs while playing the game. Therefore, any kind of song that you prefer, any kind of song that you actually like or prefer the most, you find the most epic, the most enjoyable, you can put it into the game and actually play with that song. So I think that is the biggest and the main strong point of this question about this game. Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. Crap.
Wait, what? Okay.
No arguments yet, Matt.
Wasn't an argument. I was just clearing something up. Okay.
Kral, you have Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2.
Yes, and Phantasy Star Online has got quite possibly one of the best, most emotional OSTs out there, because it not only does it fit with the game and your surroundings, your environment, but it emotionally puts you there. You actually feel, you know, you put your headset on, you don't just like an OST. It was the composer who did it, whose name is Hideaki Kobayashi. I fucking butchered that, but I don't care. The man is an absolute genius, because he wrote the entire score for both episode 1 and 2. And if you listen to the music, each song for each area is so different. And he wrote them all. He's capable of working in such a way with music that it literally, it's no longer just a sound. It's no longer just a background music. It's you feel there. You feel like you're part of it. And the way he did it is that he portrayed his personal focus. So you're not just getting, like I said, you're not just getting an OST, but you're actually getting part of him as well. Because, you know, he put part of himself into this music. And this was when he first started working with Sega. Not only that, Phantasy Star Online Episode 2, the ending song, which is called World With Me, he actually got famous J-pop singer Kotoko. She sang the lyrics for it, and Kotoko is known for numerous anime and video game contribution songs. But you know, this person is so good at what he does. Someone like Kotoko wanted to work with him, and this was in his early year of working with Sega, so he wasn't even known, and she wanted to be part of this because she listened to it and she felt the same way I did. She thought it was moving, and she felt what he wanted you to feel.
All right.
Beautiful. All right, so now we get to go on to the funnest part of this. Fight for my amusement.
Okay, so I'm gonna start, if you don't mind, Kral.
Go for it.
First of all, you said the music in Fantasy Star Online. I mean, sorry, puts you emotionally into the game. However, my game, Beat Hazard, as I said, you can actually put whatever song you like, whatever song puts you emotionally wherever the place you want to be into the actual game. So you can put those songs of Phantasy Star Online into Beat Hazard and actually play Beat Hazard and enjoy the same songs. Second point.
Okay. Oh, go on.
Music, in general, is a very personal preference thing. So while you enjoy the soundtrack of Phantasy Star Online, some people might not enjoy it. And I actually listened to the songs, and you know, some songs kind of felt like really the same thing, just like remixed a little bit, and other songs, to me personally, I'm talking about personal preference, of course, they felt like just like these general songs of that certain type of game. And my last point, you mentioned these K-pop singers, S-Man, I don't recall the name, who made the entire soundtrack. But I mean, a lot of people who play video games are simply casual gamers. And me personally, I couldn't care less like who made the soundtrack, or that if a certain K-pop singer from Japan or, you know, wherever, that sang this song. You know, I listen to whatever I like listening to, and I like, you know, simple stuff, not this overhyped whatever. So I think, yeah, these are my 3 main points about your game.
Okay. Well, your first point, you said that you can put whatever song in you want to get personal. Yeah, you have to do that. This person was so talented, he didn't have to invite you to put your music into the game. He did it on his own. And to be quite fair, the music fits with every place that you go. You go to the caves, the music fits not only with, you know, the blends of the acoustics. He actually managed, it wasn't just a flat bass soundtrack. the music was acoustically set to the areas. When you're in the caves music is actually acoustically set, so it sounds like you're in a cave. Actually, you get the reverb. It's not a major reverb. It's not, you know, it doesn't overpower. You can hear it. You can feel it. Also, you know, he puts in subtle sound effects. I mean, I'm not being funny. I'm going to put it out there. I've not seen many OSTs that are out on the market where, you know, they were brave enough to actually add sound effects to the music as well. You know, for example, when you enter, like you said, Kate, you said that the music sounds different, like slightly changed. Yeah, because I don't want to hear the same music. When you go into Cave 1, for example, on Phantasy Star Online Episode 1, it's volcanic. You're in a volcanic area. I want that music to represent the harsh heat. I want to feel it. I want to feel like I'm there. But then when you go to Cave 2, it's water. You've dropped down a level. You've got away from that volcanic sector and you've entered a new area. I want the music to reflect that, and it does. It's the same because it's the same base area. It's cave, but the music keeps to that, but reflects the area that you're in. When also you touched on like J-pop singer Kotoko, and you said like you don't care. You may not. A lot of people do though, and like, you know, for a lot of games, the soundtrack that goes with it makes it. And to be quite fair, I mean, I'm not being funny, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of composers out there, such as his name, Hidaki Kobayashi. You know, I mean, he was in his first year when he did this soundtrack. How many, honestly, literally, how many sound composers? And yeah, I do use the word composer because this man is a composer. He writes it all himself. He has no outside help or influence. How many can honestly say they can get just by them reading and looking and listening? It doesn't happen that often. I can't. Sorry, what was your second point?
That the music is really a lot of more personal preference than actually like something that fits from person to person.
Then Phantasy Star was probably one of the first MMORPGs out there for consoles. So this game pretty much set the trend. If it wasn't for this game, we wouldn't have like the Final Fantasy series that we do on console. PlayStation 3, 4, Xbox, they wouldn't have even seen Final Fantasy 14. Fuck you, Xbox, fuck you, PlayStation. You wouldn't even know about PSO. But I mean, at the end of the day, the community, if you turn around and said to each and every one of these community members, which I'm just gonna in the tens of thousands strong in its first year. Actually, it was in its hundreds of thousands in the first year strong. And you said to him, what do you think of the music? Each one of them, no doubt, would say they loved it. And it's like you said, it's personal preference. Same as when listening to I mean, yeah. When I play a game and I want to listen to the music, I don't want to fucking put my own music in it. I want to hear something that someone's put their heart and soul in for the game. I don't want to be able to go, oh yeah, I'll just put this music in. I'll play it like that. Fuck that shit. If I wanted to do that, I'd just fucking log on to YouTube. I'd listen to it. I'm not being funny. I'm the kind of guy, I don't want to fucking have to play a game just to listen to my music. That being said, if it's background music designed for the game, then I'm interested.
So I'll touch your latest point of the game actually being designed for music, or music being generally designed for the game. Beat Hazard actually has several, actually quite a few tracks that they as a company, as a producer, as a developer, designed for the game in case you don't want to put your own songs into the game. So if you don't enjoy doing that, you know, you can select any other game that they have actually created themselves and play it as so. But it's not just putting your game and listening to your music and, you know, playing the game. The music, the game reflects the music. When the music goes into, you know, upper state, like high active music, active playing, a lot of stuff happening in the song, then the game what's the word? Actually reflects the song, and, you know, the game itself goes into more active mode and more difficult sort of way of playing. When the song itself goes quiet, calm, and nothing's too much happening in the song, so does the game go down a bit, and the difficulty releases a bit. Also, and the game itself, there's several pickups that if you pick it up, the music gets louder or more silent, or the shifts in the song itself allow you to pick up certain pickups that increase maybe your laser strength or something like that. So it's definitely not just a song playing in playing the game. The song is the game. Another point. Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I was going to say my problem with that though is I can't enjoy games like that. I can't sit there and legitimately enjoy a game where I have to play a game just to listen to it. That's not fun. That's just another game. I mean, there's games that have come out before Beat Hazard that have done the exact same thing. And for Beat Hazard's original soundtrack, I've seen a lot of games that have soundtracks very similar.
For example.
Well, if you listen to most of the songs, I mean, you could pretty much put into a different game. For example, like there's a lot of, I mean, there was one song I was listening to, very electro. So let's look into any game that uses electro in its soundtrack.
That would be. I mean, I honestly haven't really heard any kind of games putting electro music into their. Because as I said, I mean, I'm a casual gamer. I don't really go into so far as to, figure out who's the composer of made other kinds of songs and such and such. I'm playing the game. I'm listening to the song. Yeah, it fits. It's cool. It's cool with me. I like the game, and I like the soundtrack. So that's very simple with me. And I think a lot of other people who are playing games just casually rather than going into detail and trying to figure out things about minuscule things.
Well, they're not really minuscule. I mean, I'm not being funny, but Sega's composer, he's very well known. Hideaki Kobayashi did the music for games like, for example, Onimusha, Sonic and Mario at the Winter Olympics. He's done a lot of games, but I'm not talking about those games. I'm talking about Phantasy Star and the music he did for Phantasy Star.
Well, if we are talking about, if we are talking about different games, I mean, I've literally never heard of that guy Hideaki, whatever. And Phantasy Star Online, as I was presented your answers to prepare for this is literally the first time I've heard about this game. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're not talking about the game. We're talking about the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, whether or not you've heard of the game, fair enough. I've never heard of Beat Hazard.
But you're also talking about
I'm being deadly serious. No, but I'm just counting. Like you said you never heard of it. I'm saying I never heard of your one, but I didn't focus on the. I went on to listen to the soundtrack, and to be quite fair, like I said, I didn't really find it that awe-inspiring. I wasn't impressed.
But I mean, you were talking about other games that this composer made songs for. So I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, but no, but I did turn around and say I'm not talking about those games. I'm talking about Phantasy Star. I'm talking about the songs that he did for Phantasy Star. For example, Jungle, one of my favorite levels. Lush with Love. That song is just amazing. The song is lush. It's vibrant. It's expressive, like the jungle is, like the enemies in the jungle are. But when you go to
finish up what you're saying, and then we're gonna move on to the final statements.
All right.
And I was going to say, when it comes to like in episode 1, I've spoke about the jungle. That's in episode 2. Come to episode 1, you go to the final area, which is ruins. The music kind of sounds like this really ambient, very mysterious, because that's what the ruins are. They're very mysterious, and the music fits the bill. And it's just impressive how well he worked with ambience, how well he worked with the sound effects that he had, how well he worked with the vocals, which were used in the boss fights. And like I said, Kotoko did the end score, but I mean, there were people that did vocals from choir setups that did for Dark Fowls in his fight, because you get a lot of audio in that. And I thought it was really impressive.
All right.
Fantastic. Okay, guys. Final statement. Murky Paul.
Murky
DJ
Paul.
Murky
What?
Paul.
Sorry. Excuse me.
DJ Murky Paul.
What happened to the curveballs you were meant to be throwing, Matt? What happened to those?
Motherfucker.
That's true. Okay,
Matt
we're going on to the final statement. DJ Murky Paul Industrious. Lay it
Can
down.
you stop saying murky?
Marky Mark. Mark
Right.
Paul.
Let's just come on. Let's be
You got your own
appreciative of
OST
Snake
of
Mark.
your name.
Okay, Beat Hazard. So as I mentioned before, the game itself is the music. You play the music. Whatever song you prefer, whatever your most favorite song in the world, even if it is like soundtrack from Phantasy Star Online, you can play in the game and you can actually feel the ups and downs of the song while you're playing it, and you can actually play those up and downs. So I think that's a clear winner.
Okay, Kral.
Phantasy Star Online's OST, episode 1 and 2. The scores that were written for it were beautiful. They were expressive. They were vibrant when they needed to be. They were mysterious when they wanted to be. They worked well with the levels and made you feel like you were there on an emotional level as well. And the acoustics that worked really well with the levels as well. All in all, it was an amazing soundtrack, an amazing OST, and I loved every single song.
Okay.
Since me, you, and Matt are out of like the debate, that like maybe we should all like see if we can come to a mutual decision.
Okay, I mean,
that should be like
I got a pretty clear winner, but
considering Matt hasn't said anything yet.
I was about to say
really
Matt
have
was supposed to like
curveballs
shoot
to
in
throw in
curveballs and
there.
such.
Yeah.
I don't know who wants
Instead,
to go
Matt
first.
sat back and just let me and Merc go to work with baseball.
And I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to argue in this one though. It's such good stuff.
Oh, that's why he's being salty because he wasn't allowed to argue.
No, I wasn't salty. I was just trying to find something to say.
No. I'm
Alright, so yeah. Wait, so,
Right, so who's going first? Who's in?
I think
who the
since
future
Matt
win?
was supposed to throw in some curveballs during
Yeah.
the actual argument, so I think he
I
would.
definitely want to hear what Matt thinks.
Yeah.
wait, about who won?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I think for original soundtrack, Kral probably won that one. Plus, the Beat Hazard, taking songs from other games and just songs in general, that's not really too original.
But we weren't
Really?
talking about the originality. The main question that at least it was presented to me was
OST,
the most
original
epic
soundtrack.
OST.
I did specify it.
Yeah, you did.
I told you
But
what
that's
OST
just-
stood for when I sent the question.
And
Yeah,
plus,
Did-
when you think about the word epic, because that's in the question, what's the most epic OST? Epic would be like showing you, oh wow, this is this would be good for someone going on like an epic journey or going through something, and the songs in Beat Hazard, they wouldn't really follow through too much in like say someone's I don't know just throwing out there like fighting a dragon.
Saying more about the
Yeah.
debate than the
Yeah,
actual
I think
music.
Okay.
Matt's using.
What I
Sorry,
wanna-
sorry.
It's fine, Matt. It's fine. It's fine.
Fine, Matt.
What I want to say about the original, like the actual debate, is that I think that Kral really won because his entire argument was all about how the music basically went out of its way to make you feel like you were immersed into the game or immerse you into the game. I think that's the best part of an original soundtrack. And I didn't even know that Phantasy Star Online did that whole acoustic thing. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Not many games go out of their way to do that. Also, I gave him points because he did went out of his way to research the names of the people involved in making it. I thought that was pretty cool.
I mean, I'm
was
just
gonna
gonna go
say-
out there. Have you? Oh, go on.
Sorry, I was gonna say if like, because at the start of every debate I obviously say like the points are meant to be graded on like passion and how confident you are and stuff. And you were the most passionate, and it's obvious that you did a lot of research behind it as well. So I would have picked you as well.
I mean, to be fair though, I want to say something because actually, I'll let you say what you've got to say, and then I will say what I'm going to say.
Ooh.
You, Stephen, Matt,
Me?
Tom.
I don't
I
really
think
have
they
much else to
already
say.
said.
All right. So
whatever
well,
they wanted.
I just wanted to say like, Paul, for your when I stated on the original soundtrack, it was like I said, it was good. But But no, I mean, I did enjoy it. I did honestly. When I was listening to Beat Hazard's OST, I did enjoy some of the songs.
I actually do have one last thing to say before we move on to the quick fire round. Is first off, you're arguing uphill battle here because Kral is so passionate about Phantasy Star Online. It's crazy. So you had an uphill battle from the beginning, and also Kral has also won. He won the first. That's debatable, I believe. So he's got a lot more experience with this.
He whipped everyone to fucking pieces on the first one.
Oh.
So fucking
to be fair, like I've stated before, I'm not feeling too good today.
To be honest, I'm not playing to win this. You know, it's all about experience and all about the actual debate because I love arguing with people, and you know, I don't care who wins.
Oh yeah, and honestly, like I've said before, Merc, I've really enjoyed debating with you today.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
So what we normally do is that since it's Kral and Matt going to the quickfire round, would like to keep you on Merc for like a third opinion. So then we can make a more like like what I said before, like a mutual decision. So if you'd be up for that, that would be cool.
Okay, so I would like to mention what the fifth debate would have been. We're gonna move on to the quickfire round. And Tom, if you want to lay down the rules for the quickfire round.
Yeah, sure. So basically, we have 5 questions prepared. Some are multiple choice. For instance, who would win a fight? I love to say this. Master Chief or Samus. That's like a fucking catchphrase for me now. And the others are like broad, so like best this or worst that. Like the main 5 ones have been. You get 10 seconds to answer, and then you get another 10 seconds to argue your point. So if you both say the same thing in 10 seconds, the person who said it first gets a point. And I believe that's all the rules for quickfire.
If one of you cannot figure out an answer within the 10 seconds allotted you, then the other person automatically wins.
Yeah.
And what points do you have to get to win it?
Let's see.
What's the points now?
Kral's at 3, I think, and Matt's at 5.
Wow.
Right, so 2-point difference.
Yeah, you can do it, Kral.
So how many would Matt need to like
to steal it?
Like 5, right?
2.
Is it going to 10?
Yeah, no, it's because Steven, you said you got 4.
We have 5.
So you're 5. Well, either way, Matt would need 2. I would need 3.
By the way, it's this one's 1 point per question for the quickfire round, not 2 points. So
okay.
2.
Alright.
Matt would need 2.
So we're going to 7. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll just answer.
Alright, is everyone ready?
I'm fucking terrible at math.
I'm pretty ready.
Okay, pretty ready. Alright, so here we go. First one is best toilet mobile game. Basically, which game is the best to play while you're pooping? Go.
Angry Birds.
Oh my god. Clash of Clans.
Alright. Matt, go first.
Angry Birds, you have limitless levels to just swipe it, and Clash of Clans, you wait to play that. There's no even gameplay.
Wow, that was pretty much exactly 10 seconds.
Clash of Clans, you basically build up a clan, you go and attack other players, you have upgrades to your stuff, you can upgrade your walls of other players when they attack you, you can do little side quests to get more points.
Okay.
I think I know who I'd go for. I think.
Go ahead and say, because I don't. I'm literally conflicted on this one.
I think for best toilet game, like I've got to go with Angry Birds. I'm going with Angry Birds.
Clash of Clans would go over span over 15 different poops.
But the thing about
the gameplay would be like
really. You know what? I'm gonna choose Clash of Clans because if you're pooping for a while, if you're like sitting on pooping for a while, you can set
for me it wasn't just
go.
that.
You can set something to go, and then like you don't have to play it until you have to poop again, because it's gonna take like a few hours.
For me, you've already got an established clan. If you've got an established clan, you can enjoy attacking.
Merc, it's all up to you. Which one do you think you'd pick?
Well, to begin with, I kind of was surprised that nobody mentioned games like Fruit Ninja or Candy Crush or fucking
I
Flappy
couldn't think
Bird.
of Candy Crush. I really
Can't
couldn't think of
focus.
Candy Crush.
Can't focus enough for Joe when I'm pooping.
But going for Angry Birds, yes, it has a lot of. You can sit there literally months and not finish all the content that there is. However, Clash of Clans, as Kral mentioned, if you have a clan set up, you can just keep on playing without having to worry about anything. And it's a really hard one, but I'll have to go with Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Ooh. So Matt is
That's a
at
point.
6. Kral's
Yes.
at 3.
Ah.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh.
motherfucker! Now I remember it. Monster fucking Towers. Bollocks.
What were you said?
The game that I play when I take a shit.
Oh gosh. All right, this next one, I have to ask because I have such an emotional connection to both of these characters because they're like my 2 favorite characters in the world. Master Chief or Captain America?
Master Chief.
Captain America. That's so funny.
It's Kral. Master Chief. I loved it.
The second I heard that fucking second option, no.
But I'm actually biased towards both of these characters, so this might be a hard one.
Wait, so are we arguing which one is better?
Yeah,
Yeah, just in
it's up
general.
to you to decide what defines better. So, yeah, Kral, start.
Well, Master Chief and Captain America are both superheroes, superhumans. However, Captain America always fucking wins. Master Chief on several occasions has almost died and fucking somehow survived.
Stop.
Like,
All right, Matt, go ahead now.
Captain America is a hero to the American people. He's a patriot. He punched Hitler in the face, and he's been around for so long, inspiring soldiers. As the Chief didn't punch
I'm
Hitler.
gonna need a second.
Yeah, you can look that up.
let's
Tom.
just fucking say it. Matt's won it. Fuck it.
Oh,
Look that
God.
up.
Can we just please put me out my misery?
I want to legit end to this. Tom, what do you say?
I've got to go with Matt.
Yeah.
Paul?
To be honest, like Captain America is an actual superhero that can go toe to toe with fucking Iron Man and Hulk and such. Master Chief is a fucking space conquering
Oh.
fucking ranger that
Shut
fights
up! Shut up!
and shit.
Just say what just say you think wins and shut up.
All right, Master Chief. Sorry.
Whoa, oh, okay. All right. I thought you were saying negative things about Chief. I was gonna be like, whoa, whoa.
Oh no, he was saying that Master Chief is exactly what he is. A badass who fucking
Yeah.
conquers everything.
All right.
You know what? You might think that Matt is one, but the thing is, I was totally biased to this because no one could ever beat Chief in my mind. Like even when it's obvious, like Superman versus Master Chief. Obviously, Superman's gonna win a fight. I don't care. I'm gonna vote for Chief because he's like my boy. Like it's too much. I can't vote against Chief. So.
Kral lives to fight another day.
Okay.
Don't have a chance.
Good Lord.
This is how it was whenever I went against Kral in the first one.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm
Wait,
getting
so Kral's
payback.
at-
This is Steven's payback against me, motherfucker.
Okay.
Right, let's go on.
This one's kind of this one tailors to humanity's basic needs in sexiness. So
Yes.
sexiness. I don't know what the
All
fuck
right.
I just said, but sexiness.
Nest.
So whatever. Sexiest. Fuck you. God damn it. Okay,
All right,
so
go.
sexiest female character, well, video game character, Matt. Wait, no.
What?
Fucking answers.
What?
God damn it. I
Wait.
forgot. Sorry.
Because
Samus Aran.
tell us when you start.
It started.
All right,
I'm
no
sorry.
talk.
What? I didn't.
I
Lara
said
Croft.
Lara Croft. I almost said.
You said
Samus
Lara
Aran.
Croft. I said Samus Aran.
Okay. Thank you. Matt, go first now.
Ever since the beginning of Lara Croft's game, she's always been sexually identified as love. Metroid doesn't show her body.
What the fuck? Wait,
I was so unprepared for this.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Okay,
can I do mine now? Okay, here we go. You ready for this?
Now-
motherfucker?
go.
Unlike Lara Croft, Samus Aran doesn't have to show off her body to be sexy. Because right at the end of the games, that's when she's the sexiest. Because you just kick the shit out of the fucking space pirates and won like a motherfucker.
Done. Okay, I got my winner.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you? I got mine already. I'm going with Kral on this one. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
I tried to form a sentence there,
She
but I couldn't.
symbolizes love or some shit? What the fuck?
Lara Croft symbol, like, what is she? Team Rocket?
I've never heard that ever been uttered about anyone.
I couldn't. Anything to say. I don't spend my time laying in bed like going like, man, Lara Croft, what really makes her tick?
What?
Dick? Yes.
Oh,
No.
you should
Just
mention like now. Then you mentioned that even when they were like really low, like graphical, like they're like pointy boobs and pixels.
well, I did say from the very beginning of the
No
Lara
one
Croft
said,
games.
like, no one said like even with that shit, people thought they were hot.
I
yeah.
think we did.
Yep.
Boys, what do you say?
I'm gonna go with Kral. What Matt said was bullshit.
Shut up, John. Oh no.
I want to hear who Merc picked. Merc?
Well, to be honest, I was kind of biased on this question because Lara Croft has always been my sexual symbol since I don't even know when.
So few she does a lot.
She symbolizes love.
Wow. The most memorable thing about Lara Croft.
Wait, Merc,
Steven
do I have
lost
to
it.
answer?
Oh, wait,
Killed me.
which one of you said Lara Croft?
Oh,
I
It
did.
was Matt.
So,
it was
so Matt.
Yeah.
What?
Sexual
No.
symbol of love, but I still didn't win that. But
Yeah.
I got one.
oh my god. Okay.
Steven lost his shit.
Oh,
hate it.
Sexual symbol of love.
Go on to your question, or you want to go to mine?
Oh my god, I can put my foot by my head. It's totally unrelated, but I didn't know I could do that. Continue.
Okay.
Yeah, please continue.
Okay, so pretty much every single game that has ever been derived from a movie has been god awful. Like I almost called it shit, but I think that's doing them too much justice. So hold on, my headphone got unplugged. Which game was the worst that was derived from a movie? And go.
Brave, the game.
You even played that game? It
Wow.
doesn't matter. People have won with less, so it's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna start with Kral. Go.
Pretty much with any superhero game, the whole game was just fucking god awful. It's like just go around Hulk smash, and that's pretty much all you do, just in different missions. Just bleh, bleh, bleh.
Wait, what did Kral pick again?
That-
Because
I
Matt
said
blocked
the
it for
Incredible
me.
Hulk.
Incredible.
Right, okay.
All right.
Matt, go.
Alright, Brave, you just walk around climbing rocks and getting little crystal things. It has nothing to do with the actual story. It's boring as hell and does nothing.
You know what?
Nothing.
Fucking both of you lose because we're looking for the best game derived from a movie, not the.
I thought you said
Oh, I thought you said worst.
I said
Yeah,
best.
I thought you said worse too.
I thought you
Thank
said
you.
worst.
Oh, did I?
I'm pretty sure you said worst.
You said
Yeah,
worse.
It says
Yeah.
best game from a movie on my paper, but I guess I.
God damn it, Steven.
Steven.
So do we do it again? Or go
Brave
back?
could have won either way.
We gotta go with the worst now.
I was gonna say I don't even know any good ones.
Yeah, well,
So I-
Whatever.
yeah, just
Me
stick with
neither.
it.
To be honest.
Go ahead, Paul.
Well, The Brave, the movie itself was quite amazing. I haven't played the game, but Hulk, it's literally Hulk. The game is just fucking smash things. So I'm going with Kral.
All right, for me, if it's a Hulk game, obviously you're gonna want to smash stuff. So like, I don't really see that as a negative, and I think Matt's won me over with Brave.
Okay, I've actually played this game. I've actually played Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, on the GameCube, and let me tell you, that was the first time that I'd ever played a game and legitimately was like, this is shit. Like, this is awful.
Oh,
Like,
We're going over the argument.
I was like 8, I think, when I said this, and my grandma slapped me on the mouth. So that was like awful. So if we're still sticking to worst game, I'm gonna have to go with Kral.
God, come on.
Honestly,
you have
actually,
to-
no, if you
You're
Man,
so
done best,
biased, Steven.
What?
I was gonna give it to you, Matt. I was gonna give it to you.
honestly, for me, it's like a lot. You look at a lot of the other superhero games, they do throw something else in. I mean, like Batman is all detective and shit, but then he has these other things that he does. But then the Incredible Hulk just walks around just like
like a sex
Hulk
dungeon.
smash.
Brave, you freaking climb rocks and collect crystals.
That's what she does.
Makes no sense. But since no one has played it, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so what's the points now?
6-6.
I think the next question wins.
6-6.
Wow, the next question wins.
Yeah, 6-6.
Jesus.
This has been the most BS quick fire.
Surprisingly, no one won because they said an answer faster, so that's interesting. That's how I won the last one. What is it? Alright, the final question. This actually might end the debate with this such answer. Okay.
Make sure you say it correctly.
Thank you.
Please do. That would help a lot.
So, this is a battle that's been going on for generations upon generations. Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, go.
Scorpion.
Yes! That wins! That wins! I did not expect that. That was the last thing I thought was gonna happen. I would never expect Matt to win Kral. What the
thing
fuck?
the thing is though, after all that bullshit about Matt basically destroying in the first, like the regular questions, and then Kral coming back, I knew that was the only way it was gonna end. There's like such a bullshit ending.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, for that answer, though, Scorpion will always win because Scorpion has had the worst luck in the games, and for me, he is the underdog of all underdogs. His whole fucking clan, the Shinrai Ryu, got wiped out by Quan Chi, who framed Sub-Zero. It's just such a beautiful story in its goodness.
I was
What a
quite
base.
surprised that you both shot with it, because the smart thing in here would have been just like to wait for the opponent to say the answer and to say the opposite.
None of us
Wait
listen.
for Matt.
None
I
of
waited
us.
for Matt,
None of
when
us learn.
I thought he was going to say Sub-Zero.
I know.
I'm gobsmacked.
Man.
God.
After 2 consecutive losses, Matt comes back with a win.
Dude, your freaking 5 or like 4 win streak or whatever you had, that was really scaring me. I'm like, no, I can't.
Hang on, wait, who said it first?
I said
Matt.
it first.
Yeah, Matt said first.
I was like Scorpion, and then you're like,
For me, I said it first.
no, you didn't.
No,
Go back
no.
to the recording.
This was how I felt when it was like last time when it was GTA 5. I thought I said it first.
It's funny that you say that, Tom, because everyone else in this show, which is only people that matter at the time, so they said I won. But then I went back and watched it, and I was like, oh shit, I think Tom won. But I won.
Like I thought it might have looked like I was rigging it or something, make it look like it was my favorite. But like that's how it generally came through in my end.
It's okay.
It's bullshit. I will
It's
agree.
okay. You're just a loser, Tom.
It's the
Fine.
Skype reception, and to everyone else, Matt said it
Can we go to the
first.
recording then to check that? Can we go to the recording to check
I
it?
so won that.
I definitely heard Matt first. I will go back and check it though.
Like, I not even heard Matt say it first, but the Skype border blue thingy lit up first when
Yeah.
Matt said it.
Yeah.
You're my friend.
I'm still recording now, so I can't go back and check it. But I'm like 90% sure Matt said it first.
So it doesn't matter what happens when you go back and check it. After I do my outro, Matt wins. So, my God, yet again, it was a very close debatable. All of our debates have been really close. Like most of them have been like 1 point.
I'm
Between.
pretty sure all of them have. Like
Yeah.
each one has been like 1 point difference.
Like, me and Kral got 1 point between us. Then me and Tom had 1 point between us, and now Matt and Kral have 1 point between them. And yeah, Matt, congratulations! All that training in the Appalachian Mountains, debating at the sky, in the freezing cold temperatures, really paid off.
I built a snowman and argued with it for hours. It finally
That was,
paid off.
that was a fucking insane debate. Like, it was brilliant.
I made
It was fun,
I
though.
made
It
a
was
crappy figure of
Yeah.
Kral's
I'm,
face on the
I'm,
snowman.
I'm not.
with my
I'm
finger.
not even. I'm not even fucking. I'm not even well enough to fucking argue
this-
these matters.
Felt the
there's
exact
no
same
need
after
for math,
the
like,
last one. That's
suck.
how I
Now
felt.
Matt,
What?
congratulations for winning. So,
GG
Yeah,
to everyone.
congrats, man.
I'd like to point out, only people who have won are people of the team, and I want to say 2 things about this. I throw the gauntlet out to everyone else because we want more guests. So if you think you can beat us, get in here and
Challenge us.
message Tom. And also, I'd like to point out about Tom. He's the only one who on the team hasn't won a.
Well, I've only been in 1. Matt's been
Yeah.
in 2 in a row.
I thought Matt's been
3 in a row. 3 in a row.
Matt's
sorry.
been in
This is-
3. He's been in all of them.
This is his 3rd game, so he's had like way more of a chance to win it.
so.
I've been in 1. Got to the quick fire, so that's good enough for me.
I guess the last thing to say is that thank you all for watching, and thank you, Paul, the Merc
Johnson.
boy.
And you fucked it up again.
Thank you for being on our show.
It was an honor. It was fucking fun, and literally the first thing. This is the first time I ever done something like that. So thank you for having me.
You hear that, Dad? People actually want to be in my videos.
Yeah, you said.
No, but
No
yes.
one to tell it.
Thank you everyone for participating. Thank you, Tom, for fact checking. Thanks, Steven, for hosting. Thank you, Steven. You're welcome, Steven. And thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode of That's Debatable.